And welcome to Write. My name is Farrell D. Moore, and I will be your host for this explorations of the lesson of the first dragon. We pack our bags, put on our walking boots, say goodbye to our family, and square our shoulders as we ready for our journey to face the dragon of blackened fire. We each nervously take the only sword we own. It is a much battered and blunt blade given to us by a mutual friend. Each of us have borrowed a cracked wooden shield from the innkeeper's wall. Our friends and family shake their heads in disbelief. To them, we are fools. Who are we to believe that we can find our creative true selves? Who do we think we are to make this journey? So many others have settled for discussions of theme, character arc, setting, and plot points. Is this not enough for us? Do we think that we are more special than the others? The answer is that we are all more special than society believes us to be. But we are more than others because we are writers. We would be the storytellers that weave the stories so powerful they mold the realities of those who lend their ears or take the time to enter the worlds we create. We have been forewarned that we must face this first dragon and learn his teachings in a trial by fire that will leave us scorched and blackened. But as we are leaving our village, a wise woman whispers in our ear, "The dragon of blackened fire will not burn away your flesh and bones, but who you are." Her voice is as thick and vain as the back of her hands, and she presses a note in your belt before you escape. We know that the wise are often mad, and we pull away from her. Yet as we rush away from the old woman and comforts of our home and friends, we fret and worry over why a great and powerful dragon would want to burn our very identities. We are poor villagers, you and I, and our identity, our name, and our place in the community are really all that we have. The gathering night is dark and heavy, and even the towering trees that line our way seem to lean towards each other for comfort. The moist exhalations of the dragon are billowing wispy fog, torn diaphanous fabric, tossed through the cloying air like unformed dreams. We grasp the hilt of our sword and pull tight to us our battered wooden shields. The path is twisted and turned soil, lightly packed as a beggar's pouch, and we move more by intuition than sight. From up ahead, the road turns right around the twisted, upright corpse of a gnarled arthritic oak. A blast of flame shoots an arm's length past the oak, and the blackened, leafless trees and burned stumps are revealed in an angry red light. Midst the roar of the dragon's inner furnace, we are gripped by the knowledge that around the bend we will face a creature itself raised from hell. We dare not move. Any hope we nurtured in our breasts has deserted us. Our courage has scurried into the forest to hide behind huge rocks, cracked and blackened as those from a fire pit. The ground shudders and the air shakes with a roaring anger as the dragon stamps back and forth through the gate that we can see through the blistered tree trunks. His spade-tipped tail glistens with interlocked oily plates as it snaps through the night like a bullwhip. You look at your pruny sword, and I look at mine. In the flame-lit night, we see our shields for what they really are, broken memories of mighty days past. We look at each other and drop them both. Better to run than to fight. Better to live than to die. In your belt, I see the note from the old woman. You follow my eyes and see it too. Our swords and shields lie on the ground where we have thrown them. Before us, the dragon thrashes back and forth as though it knows we are approaching. The dragon of blackened fire is certain death. Behind us is our village and certain rejection, ridicule, and humiliation if we return as failures. You reach for the note. She may have written a protective spell on it, or drawn a map that will show us a way past the dragon. But we both know there is no way past the dragon. Death or dishonor is all that's available to us. You open the note and read it. You and I are crouched, pressed close together in the darkness, streaked by crackling bursts that lash across the forest like flaming snake tongues. We are around the bend from the dragon, but through the charred, twisted sticks that were once strong trees, we can see him striding impatiently back and forth before the giant spiked gate. His spiny scales glisten with a faint reflection of moonlight, and his eyes glint with red ruby light. He knows we are coming. I can't do this, I whisper to you. Let's go back. The dragon roars, and from his extended jaws leaps another blast of fire. Sharp-plated ridges hackle along his back. Each time his clawed feet clamp the earth, it is as though he owns it. You and I are peering through a large crack in the flame-hardened rock, our eyes wide with terror. It will catch us and eat us, you say, and your voice is taut with anguish. We have come together to face this fearsome creature. The moon dims and brightens as clouds of dragon smoke waft through the air, and I think that at that moment we will die together. We are two lovers in quest of a greater love. We could have stayed in the village if passion were all we sought. But we are dreamers, driven by our entwined love of spinning tales and telling stories. The seductive whispers of immortalized dreams have called to us. And for this great love, we have braved the long trail through seldom seen forests. What did it say, I ask? You shake your head, and I see tears forming in your eyes. Nothing that will save us, you say. Your voice quivers like silk touched by the wind. Tell me, I say. Perhaps it is a riddle. I'm good with riddles. I reach out and touch your cheek. If there is one thing only that I can wish to hold close to my heart as I die facing the dragon's fire, it is truly and only your beautiful face. You close your eyes and recite the note to me. The dragon of blackened fire sees only your pride. Children, you cannot defeat this great beast. You must become invisible to it. Ask yourselves this: what will remain when you are dead? Answer this, and you may pass unarmed. Bones, I suggest? You laugh softly, desperately. Pride, you say, and lay your hand on my leg. The wise woman said that the dragon sees only our pride. We turn and rest our backs against the roughness of our hiding place. The ground is dry and dusty. I feel a pebble under my hand, and I brush it away. Then I will surely die, I say. Each of us is filled with pride, but I more than most. Surely the dragon will see and kill me the moment I come out from behind this rock. I can feel you stare at me. And what have you to be so proud of, you ask? Well, you, I answer. And what do you see when you look at me, you ask? Behind us, the dark dragon grows restless and stamps its feet as though it is taunting us. Again, I realize that it knows we are here. How many like us have come to seek our creative muse and have found instead heat-blistered skin, melting flesh, and destruction by flames from this awful beast? Dragons teach us, we are told. I turn my head again to look through the crack. I see no teacher. I see my death rearing back on great muscled legs, its wings stretched to the night, every inch of its frame shaking with demand for my flesh. I remember your question, and in that moment, where I see my death, I answer you without thought. When I look at you, I whisper, I see a beautiful woman gifted with a more beautiful spirit than flesh could contain. But when I die, she asks, what will you see of me then? You will not die, I tell her urgently. For your beautiful spirit is all I will ever see. And I will not die, because that vision will carry me a living man beyond death itself. It's the only thing I can offer. But in that moment, hidden behind a boulder that the dragon could knock aside as I did the pebble with my hand, in that moment, the truth is worth more than my life. You reach for me and start to speak, but your words are lost as behind us we hear a rush of wind and wings as the air churns with the dragon's flight straight up and into the night to swoop back down and hover before us in the air. big as a village it is, suspended in by a steady slow motion of its membranous wings. The night smells of witch's brew, and before my eyes its magic sparkles like lightning trapped in crystal. Its breath whooshes through the night as though driven by a giant bellows. I see to my horror that its eyes are fixed on me. No falcon ever bred or gifted by heaven ever struck fear into the heart of its prey as this night-suspended beast does in my mind. Its underbelly, darker scales still than its side, its horned snout, and eyes burning with mad, passionate hatred. All of this is terror branded onto the flesh of my very being. You see this too. And as the dragon of blackened fire slowly descends before us, you fear for me more than I fear for myself. I reach to push you away before fire explodes from its throat, and at that same moment you fling yourself on me to put your body between myself and the beast. Between the soft filaments of your hair, I see the dragon of blackened fire extend its wings and soar past the steady eye of the moon. Behind us, I hear a click like spade on slate, and then a thud, and realize that the lock that held close the first gate is open. Now tune in again for more lessons on the dragons on our next episode. Until then, I wish you a good day.